Yeah, it's Manny. I think Andrew made fun of my jacket. I feel so out of place. But it's because I'm from Miami, and this is my only jacket. So I'm Manny from Miami. I'm going to talk a little bit about my journey through IT silos and why DevOps is a major key for business. Kind of give you a little different business perspective. And we'll dig into all the silos I've been part of. So first, I want to say I'm sorry. I really want your forgiveness. I was that IT ops guy that made you wait, sometimes 4 weeks for an instance. I did ignore the Nagios monitors. I was really a bad person. And it really had to do with the fact that I had really bad incentives. I operated a private cloud and an operations team, and you sent a request to me. I decided based on my incentives, yes, you'd go into my black hole of instantiation, or no. And it was more oftentimes no than yes. Then I got moved, something funny happened, to a software development applications team in Smart Grid. So the cruel joke was played on me, and I had to wait now. So I got to see a little bit of both sides. Around that time, I was also finishing my MBA, the University of Florida, and these managerial economics topics started coming up. Incentives matter, coordination costs, small teams, decentralization, mastering your process and controlling waste, and balance measurement. And I got to thinking, wow, interesting. Wait, I'm not the reason IT sucked. I just had misalignment, bad incentives from the devs and the ops guys, right? We all were measuring the same different thing. And of course, what happens when you have so much conflict between dev and ops? Do you join a DevOps team? No, you go into technical sales. And the reason is because really, honestly, incentives are very aligned in technical sales. It's all about customer satisfaction, all about customer value. And then I started working there and I got exposed to something called DevOps. And I'm like, what? Small teams, incentive structures, coordination, hugs, empathy? Wow, that sounds like my MBA. This is what modern IT needs to look like. And I went out and I proclaimed the good news. Went to all my customers as a missionary in DevOps, right? I'm listening to a lot of Michael McDonald lately. It's all about Blue Eye Soul. So, I dusted off my old goal book from GoldRat. I saw some John's videos. I read the Phoenix Project. I started talking, and I'm thinking, none of my customers are doing this at scale. Why not? And I think you have to go back to the why not, right? And kind of start building a business case why. So if you look at DevOps, all about people and automation and technology and process, but the people side is the most important. I want to take you through kind of just a really high-level example. So let's say I have a process, pick your process, manufacturing, software development, whatever. There's really two things I can do to make it go faster, better, more with quality, right? I can change either my, do less human interactions, right? So do automation and tooling, so no more humans involved. Or I can do less or better human interaction, better. But really, ultimately, until the machines take over, the focus is going to always be human interactions. That's going to be where we're going to focus, right? So, DevOps is what modern IT needs to look like. And I fully believe that, right? Because it is the next frontier of the ultimate optimization question, which is all about human capital. And we've talked about it several times here, right? Eventually, you'll get through the tooling. I mean, that's going to work. So what challenges could you have with the business, right? They're going to focus on costs. There's two costs that we look at, financial costs. They're worried about non-standardization and decentralization and platform sprawl, and the dreaded governance or agency costs, which I talk to a lot. And why do they think it costs a lot, right? Because we've really focused on cost as our only model, right? We've built these silos from top to bottom because why? Technology is ever changing and it's scary and it's operated by wizards. And so we operate that model. But I contend that cost not only comes from studies like we saw in the DevOps studies John talked about, but it also comes from these modern software innovations we had, which is all about modularity and abstraction, which ultimately reduce cost in the long run. But ultimately, you do have to address the governance model. And I love this framework, the principal agent framework from managerial economics, which talks about this principal hires an agent, has self-interest, more information, and then the principal spends a lot of time managing that agent because he doesn't have perfect information. And I say DevOps has an answer to that, right? It relies on good measurement, good metrics, good input back to the principal, right? And can control self-interest, right? So I see DevOps really being a good answer to this information asymmetry from the principal model. So I want to leave you with a word from our sponsor, the business. You guys rock. Please go faster and get more done. Make sure you do the right thing. And then I want to leave you with the answer from what we would say, hey, this is modern IT. I've got you covered. I got speed, agility, increased quality, but I also optimize human interactions, minimize desalination costs, and I get more of my fun wizards together. Thank you, guys.